scared. What if I wrecked it? Good YouTube content. Friends, what are you guys working on today? Let me know in the comments. So I've been putting this off for a while. Not because I didn't want to do it, or that I didn't know how to do it. It's because I didn't know how I wanted to do it. Well, I mean, we don't know how to do it, but that's a big part of what we do here. We don't know how to do it, but we're gonna figure it out on our own. With no fancy tools, no fancy shop, no fancy professional skills, and certainly no fancy budget. Smells like Bigfoot in the air. I think it just might be that garbage can. See if that helps. That was bad. So everything we've been doing on this truck, we've been trying to make it all look like it goes together. And what I've been fighting with this hole in the hood is that I don't want to leave it as just a cut hole. A lot of times people use that door edge guard and put it around it, and that doesn't look too bad, but I don't want it to look like we just cut a hole in it and we put something on it. We're doing a lot of custom metal work on this thing, so we need to do that there too. But how? I have another issue here, guys. Can you guess what it is? I don't like the big gap in the front that's there just for that stupid feeler tube vent thing that doesn't technically even need to be there. Not only do I not like this big gap in the front, I don't like how this just open for anybody to walk by and take it off and put something in there. Or take it, and then it rains in there. This is a 350. This intake can be used on pretty much any small block Chevy, but a 327, for instance, needs that vent tube right there. Our 350 does not need that. I wish I would have dealt with that before I put that intake on. Well, I have a tubing cutter. Technically, a tubing cutter should cut that without making any sort of metal shards or splinters and slivers and whatever that might fall in the engine, right? That's a brand new crate engine. I haven't even fired it up once yet. I'm sure I'll get some comments about this one. I'm gonna do it. If you're not subscribed, you might wanna do that, because when I fire this up, that could make for some good YouTube content. There's that super thanks button down below. It's like a tip. I'm gonna go ahead and start a new engine fund right now. All green pliers. I was looking for those. You ever think that things happen for a reason? I can't find that tubing cutter. Starting to wonder if there's reasons for that. Oh, here it is, right in front of my face. This is a tubing cutter from Weaver. It's actually got two of them in there. It's got this big one, it's got this little one. It's got this deburr tool, deburring, whatever you want to call it. It's got it. This is what we're gonna need. Why would it need a deburring tool if it's not supposed to make burrs? I say it all the time. We are not professionals. I am not a professional, especially when it comes to what happens inside that engine. This engine does not need that tube there, but if I were to cut it short, am I gonna have issues with oil coming out of it or it blowing that cap off or something stupid like that? I don't know. I'm scared. I'm just gonna cross my fingers and have faith that this is gonna work out just fine for me. Do me a favor, send me those good lucks. I think I gotta take these carburetors off. I'm not trying to take any chances, guys. I'm gonna shove this clean rag into that tube. I'm even gonna put magnets on the outside just in case. Is it gonna work? Yo, I don't know. Metal in the engine, and I'll need a tow. A1A. Well, here goes nothing. I'm scared. What if I wrecked it? Well, we're definitely below the hood, and I'm pretty sure that worked. There was no metal stuck to the magnets. There's no metal in that rag. It's a nice clean cut. I think we're good. That was kind of scary though, and I'm not gonna lie, when we first fire this up, I'm gonna be a little nervous. What if I wrecked it? We'll go ahead and put the carburetors back on, close that hood, and reassess the situation. My thought was I could take this 1/4-inch round rod and make that hole and weld it in there. Then we can weld a strip all the way around vertically to line up with our braces. I think I want a softer curve than that 1/4-inch piece will give me though. I got this stick 1/2 inch. That'd be pretty heavy though. Really would work good though. I'm gonna make it out of this 1/2 inch. At least I'm gonna make that shape, and then we can hold it on there, make our decision. And if it is too much, maybe we could use it as a form, just to form some sheet metal around. Just gotta bend it 4 times, exactly the same. Even if I could bend that with what I have here, I don't know if I'd be able to do it 4 times equally to have a perfect rectangle with perfect corners. But check this out. This old jack handle fits on that bottle jack perfect. And this DOM tubing, that's a pretty good radius. So what if I took a piece of this and a piece of this and welded them together in a T, I don't know, like this. So if we put this on that bottle jack and use that press as a brake, I wonder if it would put that radius in that 1/2 inch bar. We'll cut like a 15-inch piece out of this and give it a try. Here goes nothing. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Looks like that might have worked. I don't know what it is about things like this. And engine hoist too. I never have the original jack handle that'll release it. That'll be a good little project there. Weld a little knob on it. Like an old drawer pull or doorknob. Or a water spigot handle. We're just a hair shy of 90 degrees. Seemed to work pretty good. I gotta do 3 more. Trailer for sailor rent, rooms to let, just 50 cents. No phone, no pool, no pets. Ain't got no cigarettes. Well, there's our opening. So we're gonna actually put that center line that we just made on the center of these guys. So that'll be the start to our rollover. What's half of 17 3/4? 8 7/8. Give them all a little bevel so we can get a good weld in there. Get them all set up in here all nice and square. Put a couple tack welds on it. Bring it over there. See how it looks on the hood. Cigars, cigarettes. Found a 10mm. It's gonna go underneath the hood, and this hole will be filled. I think we're on the right track. Yeah, I'm just gonna use this. If I think it's a little too much, I can just bevel the edge and pretty much get rid of most of that material. But this thing is perfect, so I'm not gonna waste my time using it to form some sheet metal or anything. That'd just be a whole lot more work. And I'm really not a very good sheet metal guy, so I can't get it any more perfect than that 1/2" round rod already is. I like the gap back here, and we need to have enough room to move this hood around. So I think we're good on the back side, but the front, right on the carburetor. No! I think we'll leave this back hoop and cut the front one back apart and move it forward a little bit. We have to cut it here and here. That's why we keep test fitting it along the way. Missed. That's much better. We're gonna run with that. Take the hood back off. We'll have to fill in those 1/2" voids. Make a patch panel for this front section. I wish I wouldn't have cut that, but I had no idea I was gonna pull the trigger on cutting that tube, so we'll just put the metal back in. What? These are perfect. We don't gotta cut anything. How often does that happen? we got 1/2-inch round rod here. We want to make sure our tacks penetrate into that, but this hood is like paper thin metal. So we don't want to burn a hole through that or warp it real bad. What if I wrecked it? So I'm starting the weld on the round rod and then just whipping it over to the thin metal real quick. And it seems to be working pretty good. But we really got to take our time on this because like I said, it is really, really thin. So we're gonna let those last couple cool down and figure out what we're doing with this hole. I think we'll do the tape trick on this one. And if my fingers are dirty enough, we'll expose that line we want to cut. So I got this tacked on, got a couple magnets on it. Did we just wreck our engine and the hood? I'm always trying to take my time, go slow, keep the heat under control so I don't warp whatever I'm working on. Warped the crap out of it. What if I wrecked it? There's a cold front here in Florida. Iguanas are falling from the trees. And we wrecked our hood. Should have just put that edge trim on it. I'm just gonna peck at it with body hammers and shrink it and stretch it and do whatever I gotta do to get it straight. See you guys in a minute. Whew, it's been 3 days and a whole lot of messing around with my hammers, but I got that pretty dang close. If you've been following along with this mini truck build for a while, you've seen me use this. This is an actual 2K epoxy primer from SprayMax that comes in an aerosol. The activator's in the bottom, and you have a direct-to-metal epoxy primer in an aerosol can. How cool is that? So that hood is not perfect, but it's close. It's got epoxy primer on it. It's ready for some body work. And now we can continue on with our hole here. We'll just grind these welds down now, throw that hood on the truck, and then we can look at the bottom side and see what we want to do with that. It has been another couple days. Merry Christmas, by the way. Happy holidays. Meli Kaliki Maka. I ground down those welds, smeared a tiny skim-coated Duraglass over where the hammer marks were, and then got it in epoxy primer again. I think the 1/2-inch round over is perfect. And that round rod that we used really added a lot of strength that we took out of that. And once it's tied into the inner structure underneath, it's gonna be nice and rigid, which is good considering pretty sure I'll be reaching in that hole to open the hood all the time. Kinda have to. At some point we're gonna have to put this structure back in and we'll make it look good somehow, but I don't even wanna think about that hood for a long time. There shouldn't be much bodywork on that though. It's pretty dang straight. I'm actually really happy that we pulled that off. That was almost a disaster. How cool would it be if those carburetors were body color? Any of you guys out there ever painted carburetor? I kind of want to paint those red. But on the other hand, those are original carburetors from way back when, so yeah, I don't know if I want to. Be cool though. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Stay classy, YouTube. See you out there. Mecca like a high, mecca hiney ho. What if I wrecked it?